While I was driving, I just remembered an earlier time of my life. I was cruising down the 138, looking at the rolling hills, the infinite sky, the cattle on the side of the road grazing in brown grassland, and remembering how much I enjoyed being free, how much I enjoyed nature, how much I enjoyed being able to just go out and do as I pleased when I pleased. But then I kind of also began to remember an earlier time, 3 years prior, where I felt as though my life was better. I was in a better situation. I was better off than what I am now, by any metric that anyone could ever physically and empirically measure. I felt as though my job made me feel valuable. I felt as though my job allowed me to meet people. I felt as though my job gave me power. And I won't lie, it did. It gave me tremendous power. It gave me buying power. It gave me staying power. It gave me the power to go out and eat where I wanted when I wanted. It gave me the ability to just kind of drive around on my days off and enjoy the nightlife, even though there was no nightlife because I worked every weekend. I don't know how to say it. I feel like that job gave me so much, but it took away so much more. Shoot, that's a mistake. Where all you see is the tree. Yeesh, like that. Okay, so here she comes. I never, ever see you in shorts. Ever. Ever.
That's why I wear them.
Really?
Hmm?
Cool.
What?
I'm not supposed to kiss you, right?
Of course I'm not supposed to.
Okay. I'm not going to. Okay, so I have decided that I'm just gonna start posting shit to YouTube. Regardless. Damn, she was bad. Regardless. Regardless of how stupid it looks. Regardless of how unpolished it is. Regardless. Let me put it that way.
So you're gonna push genuine content?
Very genuine content. Super genuine content.
So do exactly what I told you to do the first time.
Which was what?
Non-script things.
Is that what you... I didn't say I was going to have a script. The only time I said I was going to have a script was for things like Zebra and The Ultimate Fix, where, you have to kind of have a script. Oh, you want to fix this part of the car, you just fucking do this and do that, and then boop-a-doop-a-doo with the thing and the thing, bro. You gotta... Yes, the thing with the thing and the thing. I would like to have the type of relationship with my subscribers and my audience that if they bumped into me in person and they notice that I'm a weirdo, they already know. They're not shocked. They're not surprised. They're not oh, Dan, you're way weirder than what I thought you were. Case in point. Okay, we are done. And I am happy. And now I'm hungry and I want some food. Yeah, you gotta be careful out here. These speed limits are pretty vicious. I say that to let you guys know that my life is about to transition into a weirder state. I just did the rabbit ears right now, but realistically, it's true. I'm about to go from living the normal life, pursuing the normal life, to being part of a community that has a significantly larger population of weirdos in it. And I'm going to bring you guys along with me every step of the way. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, if it's a bad idea, but I want to do it. Because I feel like that weird lifestyle is a lifestyle that's a lot more fulfilling than the regular 9 to 5, the regular ideas of what a significant life is, and the emptiness that my previous life held for me. This life will be a lot more fulfilling, more directed, more nuanced. This life would be one to where I get to see and do things that I always wished I could, but never really could get the time away from work, family, or other obligations to do so. So, come with me. Come with me on this journey. Hop in the passenger seat and watch how this all unrolls, unfurls, goes horribly wrong or goes horribly right. I just want to live, and I feel like the big lie that we've been told as a society is that job that you hate going to, that money that you need to survive, that you need to drink water, to have a roof over your head, to have shelter, to be what society considers a real man, to be able to purchase things that you don't need, to replace being a genuinely good person with just having cool things, to buffer yourself from your fellow man, to abstinentiate from your own faith and values, to reduce your moral code to did you make to money pay someone off instead of genuinely helping them, to buy someone's trust instead of to validate your actions to yourself, to be okay being unhappy, to slowly spiral downward morally, spiritually, and physically until you're just an empty husk, a vessel for someone else to put what they want inside of you. To basically be the walking dead that doesn't even realize that they're dead already. Be a zombie who says, at least I'm taking care of my family. And I got news for you. Once that happens, you don't just lose your own autonomy. You don't just lose your dreams. You lose your soul. You lose your humanity. You lose all of those things that once made you a walking, breathing human being that was different from all the other animals on God's green earth. And that's why we're making this YouTube channel. Welcome. Welcome to your possible future. Welcome to your possible escape plan. Welcome to your possible redemption. And welcome to real salvation. I would like to take this moment to bring up a philosophy that many of us practice, but few of us actually know exists. This philosophy dictates that you only live once, and therefore, since you only live once, you have to take every opportunity to be happy in the moment that you can. Much like our elder individuals say on their dying bed, I didn't regret the things I did, I regret the things that I didn't, which may or may not be true depending on who's dying in the moment. This may or may not be just a way to dispel any need of repentance or regrets before one departs this life. But there's a patent falsehood to the idea that you are alive right now. The idea that you are the same person that you were yesterday is an inherent lie. An inherent lie that forces you to kind of believe that the past really impacts the future rather than shapes the future. May be a better way to articulate the idea, but you get what I'm saying. Basically, if you broke your leg today, yes, you're going to have to deal with that tomorrow. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what we would normally consider not so much directly impactful decisions. We're talking about those decisions that may take years, months, even decades to actually come back and bite you in the ass. Assuming you're the type of person to actually make decisions that can come back and bite you in the ass. With the way society is set up, you are inherently making a decision that's going to come back and bite you in the ass. For some reason, I've fallen on the phrase bite you in the ass many times in this one segment. So how can something as simple as maintaining a good relationship with your employer or your boss or your commitment to your job come back and bite you in the derriere, as some people may say? It's actually simple if you look at the world around you rather than just taking what everyone says as truth is not subjective. However, reality is. If you believe that what your thoughts are, your reality is truth, and your truth is reality, then that reality is true for you. This actually means that the universe does revolve around you. Not in a literal sense. Planets aren't orbiting you, Mercury's not orbiting you, but Basically, the way you think about the universe and the way you view it is how it is. That means that if you feel like someone is doing you dirty and you decide to go and act on that dirty behavior, then your actions are justified because you believe them, regardless of how right or wrong you are in conducting those actions. This is where statements like hindsight is 20/20 begin to fall in line with reality. What few people say is that hindsight is really dictated based on your own life experiences that change you day to day, experiences that exterminate the person that you are this second and changes you to a different person the next second. The best way I can articulate this is that you die every second of your life that you live. Every moment is born into a new you, and you are born into every new regardless moment. Of how hard you may try, you are not living on an island solo without any other human beings around. Which means that your experience
I'm not sure what this bullshit is, but this thing's like insert card to begin.
You are alters your future. Also altering
my card's in there.
Around all of these altered timelines,
and it ain't doing shit.
Selves, then eventually you have to come.
But it has my
to
card.
The consensus that
locked in there.
You are basically controlling the future, and if you're currently altering the future, that means that you have the power to create and destroy.